Hey, what's up guys, it's Shane here, back with another Clash Royale video. We have some crazy stuff to talk about today. This morning, they announced they are adding 6 new cards to the game. The first card we have is called the Royale Giant. It's going to be very similar to the current Giant, but it'll have a ranged attack. The only downside to this troop is it's going to have lower health and lower damage than the Giant, so I'm interested to find out how this will fit in current decks. My opinion, it'll be great for taking out defensive towers like the Tesla and the Expo. The next troop we have is called the Dark Prince. It's going to be very similar to the current Prince. It will have a double damage charged attack, but the only difference will be that it does AoE damage. So currently, the Prince right now, it's very easy to distract with skeletons and goblins. This thing, if it's charged up to full speed, it'll one-shot those goblins, one-shot those skeletons. The only downside is it doesn't have as strong as single target damage. So right now, the Prince, if it's left alone on a tower, it'll pretty much take that tower out. The Dark Prince won't do so much damage to the tower, but it won't be distracted as easily. The other cool thing with this troop is it has a shield. Now the way the shield works is it has about 250 health, depending on what level it is. If you have a high damage unit attacking the Dark Prince, like the P.E.K.K.A., one hit, it'll take that shield out, but any extra damage above that shield is gone. I think the Dark Prince is one of the cards that I'm most excited for because I think it's going to be great against spawner and spamming decks. The next card we have is called 3 Musketeers, and it's going to do exactly as the name says. It'll drop down 3 Musketeers on the field for 10 elixir. Now this is a super high cost card. It's going to be a high risk, high reward, so timing is going to be super important with this card. The next card we have is called the Poison Spell. It's going to be very similar to the way it is in Clash of Clans. It'll do damage over time, it'll slow down troops. The only difference, it'll actually affect buildings. The next card we have is the first legendary card. It's going to be super hard to find. It's called the Ice Wizard. It's going to have a slowing effect on its attack, and it's going to do area damage. The only downside is it has low health and low damage, so it's more of a crowd control troop than anything. And finally, the last card we have is the second legendary card they announced today. It's called the Princess. It's going to have a super long range, 9.5 tiles. It'll be able to hit your towers from the bridge. It also has an area of effect attack, but the downside to the Princess is she's super weak. One fireball will take her out. That's it for the new cards, guys. I'm really excited for this update. I really want to try out these new cards. Let's move on to these chests, guys. I'm currently sitting at 2,374 trophies. That's about 200 more trophies than I was in my last video, so I've been doing pretty good this morning. So that was it for the chest, guys. Unfortunately, I did not get enough gold to upgrade my archers. I need 2,000 for that. Let's go into some replays from this morning. So my first victory this morning was against a level 9. This guy has super high level cards, level 5 epics, level 9 commons, and level 7 rares. It was crazy, and when I saw this guy's level 9, I thought I was going to lose. Looking at the rest of the log here, a couple of draws, and then look at this. Victory, 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 and another victory. I was in the zone this morning. It was crazy. So let's take a look at this first replay here. I always like to wait at the start, wait for them to drop the first card, so then I know how to play. He drops a golem, and I'm thinking, this guy's down 8 elixir, I'm going to push the other side. Drop my mini P.E.K.K.A., and I wait for him to get to the front and drop some troops behind him. The goblins are fast, so I drop them behind him, so they don't get too far ahead of him and get killed by the tower. So I'm going to do some crazy damage to his tower here with that freeze. It's gone within the first 30 seconds of the game. Now I have that golem to deal with. I don't want to just leave it alone because it'll destroy that tower, so I drop my wizard in the back here. And I ignore the troops on the right. Fortunately for me, his fireball was not high enough level to take out that wizard. So once you get that big golem down, those golem mites, they don't do enough damage now, so it's not a big problem. So right now, I'm sitting pretty good. He's gonna tower down. Mine still has 700 health, and he drops that Tesla, and I'm thinking, I can drop that mini P.E.K.K.A, take that Tesla out. So he made a big mistake there. He dropped the Tesla. Now that it's gone, I know it's out of his rotation. I can drop my Hog Rider next. If you're facing against somebody that has a Hog Rider and you have a Tesla, you have to save your Tesla for his Hog Rider. Because right now I'm thinking he does not have his Tesla in his rotation. I can drop that Hog Rider and use my freeze. Unfortunately, I didn't wait enough, and his minions took out my Hog Rider before I had that freeze up. So he made a mistake here. He froze too late. That's okay by me. But right now things are looking pretty good. So right now I just wait a half a second. I want to see what he does. And the thing with that Tesla placement, guys, when you have one of their towers down, you can drop troops right on their Tesla. Unfortunately, I froze too late there. That kind of sucks. It's okay though. We can recover. The good thing about that freeze, even though it was a little bit too late, it split his troops up. So half of his troops came in my base first, and I was able to take him out before the other half came in. So right now, I'm going for the final push. We both have a tower down, so we are going to go into overtime. I'm going to completely ignore his attack on the right. Golems are slow. I know I can take out his tower before his golem reaches my tower. So there we go. That was a victory. That was pretty fun. So let's go right into the next replay. This one was against somebody using elixir collectors, which personally I hate facing people that use elixir collectors, because what it means is late game they're going to have a ton of elixir, they're going to be pushing like crazy, so you have to play a little more aggressive than I would like to. So right at the start here, my starting hand isn't the greatest, I can't really push with it, so I have to start cycling through these cards to get some decent cards. He's gonna go in for the hog. Lucky enough I had that Tesla. No problem there. And for the first start of the match, guys, what you really want to do is you want to try and play defensively, at least until you know what kind of cards they have. So I could have went in with the hog there, right at the start, or right when I got it in my hand, but I want to find out what kind of cards he has. So right now, I know he's got a Tesla, so I'm going to try and take that out before I drop my hog. Unfortunately, he's got those barbarians. They take out my push pretty easily, and I have nothing left to deal with that prince, so I have to drop a freeze. He does have that hog rider coming in. Fortunately for me, that wizard is going to take him out pretty easily. Not enough damage done on my tower. I'm not too worried about that. At this point, though, I know he has the Tesla back in his hand, so I'm not going to bother trying to push with that hog just yet. Fortunately, though, he does make a pretty big mistake. He drops that Tesla too far to the left, so I know I'm going to be able to come in with my hog on the right. So right now, I'm just putting that Tesla down, waiting until I have some cards in my hand that I can make a solid push on the right. So I dropped that Tesla in the, or dropped the P.E.K.K.A in the back, sorry, so I can get a push going. Get the hog in there, and I'm going to freeze here and do some decent damage to his tower. The problem with the freeze though, guys, is it's awesome for doing damage on the tower with the hog, but they will have a push coming back your way as soon as that freeze is off. So you have to be ready for that. So he drops another elixir collector. I'm getting pretty worried at this point because I know he's building elixir and he's going to have a pretty strong push pretty soon. So right now I'm trying to push on the right, take care of that Tesla while defending against the prince. I have to drop a fireball on that prince. I did not want him to get a charge off. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm just playing defensively. I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity to go in and take care of that tower. Unfortunately, I have to drop that freeze. Like I said, I don't want that prince getting a charge attack on that tower. It's overtime. I don't want to lose that tower. So I'm just playing super defensively, waiting for the perfect opportunity to go in on the right and take care of his tower. So here we go. I'm going to start setting up a push on the right here, try and take care of his tower. And watch this freeze, hog, fireball combo right here. This was clutch. There we go. Now take a moment to look here at how much health that Hog Rider has. If that Hog Rider was one level lower, I would not have won that battle. So this is a moment where level of your cards is actually very important. That's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. I'll be putting out new videos every single day. Thanks for watching. If you have any tips, any feedback, anything like that, please let me know in the comments. I appreciate anything you have to say. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.